Hey everyone, welcome to another Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay. So grab a brush, grab a model, grab some paints and paint along with me. Let's rid the world of unpainted models, people. It's time for some painting fun. So I'm going to continue to work on my Dark Angels Ravenwing. I decided, because since I have basically 5 of the starter set guys, I have 5 of each type of guy. So I've decided to break it up by each guy and then work on them one at a time. And that'll be my plan of attack for today. So let's get started and let's have some fun. Hey everyone! So, as I said, this week I'll be working on my sergeants. As I said, I tried to break it up by type of guy. Because I have 3 sergeants, 3 normal guys, and 3 guys with plasma guns, all from the starter sets, right? The Dark Vengeance starter set. So I figured that way I can just work on one kind of guy at a time, keep myself focused on them, get them done, and then turn my attention to the next guys. So far, I've done a bit of work on them since last week. I'm just right now going to apply a quick non-oil shade to the face masks of these guys. That way it gets them nice and shaded before I do the reds. I'm going to finish up the reds. The reds are base coat of the reds and give them a Caribou Crimson shade as well. So, yeah, besides that, you know, they're coming along. Then once the sergeants are done, I'll work on the next guys. Either the guy with the plasma gun, or the guy. Here, I'm just going to zoom out just a little bit and refocus. It's a little over. Let me adjust just a little. There we go. I want it to be in the center. There we go. So, yeah, I'll get these guys done. I don't know if I'll be able to get them done today. We'll see. Might be possible. Not that many colors left, but the one color, like the jackets, is going to take a while to do. But we'll see. If I get them done or almost done, that'll be good. And yeah, they're coming along. You know, I can't wait to have them all done and painted up and on the table. I always feel good when I have a group of models painted. You know, it feels good. It really does. Yeah. Good. So that's done. Quick step. So now I'm going to take some Scrag Brown and I am going to paint the cloaks. Once I find my Scrag Brown. I just had it. Thank you. Yeah, paint the cloaks. Give them a quick Agar's Earth shade afterwards. And I'm in good shape. Then I'll work on the red. I'll highlight up the reds. There's a lot of colors in these guys. They do have a lot of colors on them because the bikes. That's the thing about the biker models, right? They have bikes, so you paint the models themselves and then the bikes, and each one has its own set of colors, and it just gets a little large as far as color schemes go. That's okay. So is he done? I think I was painting this one before, yeah. He's not done. Too thin. A little more paint. I thinned it down slightly too much. Which is good to establish that early on, so that way you don't have to do so many thinner coats. I'll just do a medium coat. So what's new? Not much with me. How about you guys and girls? It's been a busy week. Once again, just working. I injured my back again, which sucks. Oh, I hate having an injured back. So I've been having to take Robaxacet, which is okay, but it's just to throw at my back every now and then. It just hurts. So this week I haven't been able to get much painting time in because even right now, I'm in a bit of pain. But you gotta keep going, you know? These models aren't gonna paint themselves. So, and I like this. This is where I love to do. I love to paint models, so it's fun. It's a good way of relaxing, you know? One done. Townsend. Yay. I'm just gonna adjust one more time. There we go. Into more. Oh, shoot. See, every time I move my chair, I hit the camera. Gotta adjust it. Here we go. I apologize for those people who are actually looking at the screen right now. There we go. That's a better position where I want to be in. Back pain sucks. Nothing makes you feel older than throwing out your back. It's, you know, it really does. It really does. So that sucked. But it happens occasionally. That's the thing, when you work a job that has a lot of lifting and a lot of bending and a lot of movement, it just hurts. You can only do it for so long before it starts taking a toll. I've worked a lot of physical jobs over the years. And yeah, it just starts taking a toll on you eventually. It happens. That's life, you know. Yeah, so that was interesting. On a weird note, I had an old guy, I was at the grocery store shopping, and an elderly gentleman farted on me. Like, full out, loud, crazily, like, loud fart. And I was standing right behind him, and it was really awkward. That was kind of funny. So, that was kind of awkward. That happened a few days ago. That was kind of weird. Yeah, it's just been a busy work week, and I'm slowly getting back into the way of making videos again for free and stuff. This week should have a battle report, which will probably be up before this video goes up. Will be a battle report, hopefully. I think it's the one I did with Dave a little while ago at his house. That'll be good. That will be up for free. Yeah, I've been just focusing a lot on the warp content because they pay, and that's it. So anybody, obviously, if you want to go check out the warp, there's a link in the description below, and as well as a link to my Patreon page, which I'm raising funds to keep my free stuff going, and shirts, in case you want to wear a J shirt, you know. These guys look pretty good. I'm painting a little messier than I normally would, but I have a couple cleanup colors in the end that I'll use to make these guys look good. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna switch brushes. Keep going. For a second there, it looked like I wasn't recording, and that would have been really funny. Just had to restart my conversation. Yeah. What else? I didn't do much there. I just went and checked it out. There was an event on the weekend, last weekend, in Peterborough called Phantasm. It's more of a D&D board games kind of thing. And I went to work most of the weekend anyway, so I didn't have time. But I went and checked it out. It was good. Really busy. So it's good. It's always interesting how, you know, wargaming is such a small niche compared to board games and D&D. So it's always cool to see that many people at an event like that. Of course, I went to Gen Con this year, and that was even nuts, you know, crazier. 50,000 people. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all done for conventions for the year. That's okay. I'm gonna work, get some models painted, get back to filming battle reports and stuff. Battle reports has just been hard lately because I haven't had much time, and the people I film with haven't been able to free either. I haven't been able to match up a date, you know, with Dave or Stu lately. Hopefully one comes soon. Stu, I know you're listening to this. So Stu and I are hopefully going to have one day soon film an Imperial Knight versus Imperial Knight battle report. I think that'd be kind of fun. I think it'd be fun. I've done a few Imperial Knight battle reports with like the Army Imperial Knights, but none with the new Codex. And so none with the new Codex, and yeah, because that's the thing. Most people don't want to play Imperial Knights in my niche. Not niche, my meta for battle reports, because you don't want to it's one of those armies that it's really fun. I love to play them, but it's very rock paper scissors, very very rock paper scissors, and most of the time, you're the rock and your opponent is the paper, not the paper, sorry, the scissors. Very few people bring enough to deal with 3 to 5 knights, right? Because you can't. Several armies just can't deal with it in general. Like orcs are pretty useless against Imperial Knights. I found they really are. Like I know what you're saying, like that you can give some power claws and stuff, but the problem is Imperial Knights go first, right? Imperial Knights go first. They're strength D, so you're never gonna get a save against them because orcs don't have invulnerable saves. And their field of pain is negated by, they have cyborg, but no one ever uses cyborg anyway. So really, very few things can deal with knights for orcs. It's just, you can have buried claws in a squad, but like an orc knob with a claw only gets 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. So you're getting between 1 to 2 hits on average. And strength 8 on armor 13. So if you get the charge off, you're strength 9, meaning 4s to glance, 5s to pen. So on average you get 1 pen and you'll do 1 hull point. So it's just orcs are a problem. That's the thing with Imperial Knights is that unless your opponent knows. So whenever I've played a battle report with Imperial Knights, my opponent's always known ahead of time. And I did the same thing when I played a battle report at Mini Wargaming against Leland. I made sure he knew ahead of time that I was playing Knights. And he was tailored, but Knights still kicked his butt. I can talk about it now because it's an old battle report. But the Knights crushed him. It was really crazy. And he brought like 28 Meltas and multi-Melta, something with Melta rule. It was insane. But it was sisters. So, like, my Acheron was just putting down templates and picking off bodies. It was awesome. But Knights are fun. And I really like Knights. They're cool. I don't know. As I said, they're not a normal army. So, like, if you brought an all-comers army and you didn't know I was bringing Knights, I'd say easily half your army would be useless against mine. Because you have to bring things that can crack armor 13. In close combat or away. Preferably away. You don't want to get in close combat with a Knight unless you have something that's really scary, like a Wraith Knight or something. That goes at a higher initiative. Or I think they go at the same... I don't know. I think Wraith Knights are initiative 4. No, they're initiative 5. Wraith Knights are initiative 5. They are weapon skill 4. So... yeah. I would love to have a Knight versus Knight game. Probably 3 Knights on each side or something like that. It'll be fun. I'm just going to get a drink. My workshop has both a heater and an air conditioner in it. So, I'm always in good temperature. But yesterday was the first day that I really had to turn on the heater because it got really cold. I turned on the heater and I left the office. And I came back and apparently I turned it on way too hot. And I came back and it was like a sauna. It was kind of funny. But, yeah, I like Imperial Knights. If I play, I should be able to play... this year in the Brawl in the Hall, which is coming up in about a month and a half. And my goal is to bring a Knight army. And I don't really care. It's just going to be fun. I'm going to go and have a good time. I'm not going to be a jerk. I play, like, people have played me. No, I don't play, I'm not a win-at-all-cost player. I just like playing armies. And if my army is good, good. And if it isn't good, I'm going to have just as much fun. I play, like, my vanilla list is pretty fluffy. My Dark Angels list is pretty... pretty all-comers, because, it's not all Ravenwing and, triple Vindicator or anything of that crap, My Grey Knights is probably the most competitive. That was a lot of overpaint, wow. My Grey Knights is probably the most competitive out of all my lists. Grey Knights, because Grey Knights just, most things I have are strong, and I don't really want to bring the other crap. You know, I've said crap a lot in this video. Whatever. Rated PG-13 due to Jay's frequent use of the word crap. That's cool. New Tau soon. New Tau. Apparently, stores already showing pre-orders for the new Tau suit. Riptide 2.0. So that's cool. New Tau. We'll see how they do. Of course, when they come out, expect a Codex review. By the way, anybody who's been trying to contact me on Facebook or something, I apologize lately. I've been really busy. When I'm busy, I don't usually go on my social media stuff. You know, I don't know when the last time I put up a post on my Facebook. I really should. I know social media is such a good way of promoting my stuff. But I've been busy. It happens, right? Busy, busy, busy. Just like many people. But, yeah. I'm watching Blue Jays games. Well, I watch the thing is, Jays, what they do is, I don't know about the other shows or the other teams. Jays have a thing called Jays in 30 minutes. So what they do is they take the entire Jays game and then they bring it down to 30 minutes. So they show the highlights and the the moments that mattered and stuff. So it's really good. I like to watch that because I don't have 3 hours to watch a Jays game. But it's been fun. Obviously, I'm watching Jays because they rock. They just clinched their division. So they're going to the playoffs, and they get home advantage the first round because their team is good. So, good stuff. I'm really proud. Jays, it brings me back to when I was a lot younger, because last time they were good was like 1993, many, many years ago, at the home of my master, Hamato Yoshi. So now I'm going to take some Agrax Earthshade and shade these guys. And, yeah. Will I highlight them afterwards? Probably just a quick overbrush. Maybe with just Greg Brown again. But Jays are good, and really good. I think they're going to win the World Series this year. There's a lot of good teams there this year, but I think Jays are the best. Because since they became the thing is, teams change throughout the season, right? So to see how good a team is, you can't really look at the record, because the record over the entire season reflects the team over the entire season, but the team over the entire season is not the current team, right? Like the Jays, their current team is in the playoffs. They have a very different team right now than they did April 1st, when they lost a lot of games in April, right? They don't have the same team. So you can't really say, well, the team lost in April, right? It has no bearing. It's a different team. So I'd say you look at what the team's done since it has become that team. So for the Jays, it's been since, they kind of became this team since late July, right? July 28th, the team was 50 wins, 51 losses. And since then, they've won over two-thirds of their games. I think it's like almost 70% of their games or something like that. It's ridiculous. They basically can't be stopped. And so that's why I think that they're the best team. They don't have the best record. The St. Louis Cardinals do. It's always fun when I'm combining I'm not a really big sports guy. Baseball is one of the few sports that I follow, other than hockey, I do follow a bit because, well, I'm Canadian and I have to follow that stereotype and stuff. Which I'll talk about in a sec. I can't believe I'm talking about all sports in my painting channel. It's kind of fun. Not really normal. So... What was I saying? Yeah, so the Jays are good, and they're in the playoffs next week. I would love to see a playoffs game, but the problem is it's all those frickin' scalpers. I had to work the day that the tickets went on sale to the public. Otherwise, I would have purchased like a cheap nosebleed section seat just to be there and have some fun. But the frickin' scalpers, man, like you go on StubHub or Vivid Seats, and it's like I know how much the tickets cost. Like it was $50 to get a nosebleed section ticket, and those tickets are now being sold on StubHub for $250. So these people are just, it really bugs me. Scalpers bug me because it's just you are, yeah, you're being a middleman, an unnecessary middleman. It really bugs me. Scalpers bug me, right? They're taking advantage of other people wanting to go to see something, and yeah, your only way of making money is to take it and ransom the tickets for a lot larger than they're worth. It's not cool to me. It really bugs me. So, but that's it. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to give in to the scalpers. If I am, I'll talk about it next week. Good. All done. That was a quick step. Now that I'm done the browns, or at least the browns are drying, I'll highlight up the reds. Sorry, just in front of the camera for a second. Stupid scalpers. This year's been really good. I haven't bought that many models. I was actually looking the other day, I was analyzing how many models I purchased, and it's like 12 or 13 models this year. Don't remember when I bought my lot. It could have been 11. Somewhere around that number. Not much. And this year I've painted hundreds, so that's good. The amount of models I have left to paint is still a pretty good number. I have enough models to do a painting with Jay for probably another year. Let me look. Yeah, probably another year. But that's good. I don't need to buy a lot. I'm just painting. And that's good, because a lot of us as hobbyers find the need to purchase and purchase and purchase and purchase and purchase. Especially someone like me, who I play a lot of armies. So you can unintentionally collect a lot of models, which I did. And now it's time to fix that and paint a lot of models. Right? So that's what's happening. I'm painting a lot of models. I painted well over 100 models this year, so it's a good ratio. And I will purchase new models soon. Probably for some Space Marine stuff. Maybe some more Dark Angels or Space Marines probably is where I'm focusing some of my funds. Because most of my other armies have a good, competitive, like a good amount of models. My Orcs and Tyranids are just giant. Grey Knights are good. I'm probably not going to buy that many more Tyranids until the new Codex drops, which is probably going to be a while. Well, not that long. It can't be that long. It's not a 7th edition Codex. Tau's next. After Tau, I'm willing to guess it'll be Chaos, something of Chaos. Chaos Space Marines probably. Or maybe another Demonkin kind of thing. Combination. Tzeentch Demonkin would be insane. But it has to be something like that, right? It can't be... I doubt it'll be another new army. Rumor has it that the 30K game combined might be coming out soon. If that's the case, I will be buying that. I would love to buy a 30K game and do some battle reports with that. That'd be cool. Means I might have to put my painting on Dark Angels on hold. We'll see. Stupid scalpers. Yeah, scalpers just make it going to your favorite event harder. So, that's one of the people that really I don't like scalpers. I don't mind it. Like people buy seasons tickets, for example, and they can't go to all their games, and then they put them up for a decent price. That's okay. And I don't mind like paying a little extra for a ticket, right? They have the tickets. I want the tickets. There's a supply and demand. I understand that, but 5 times the price is a little excessive. Yep. Un petit peu, as my homie Patrick would say. A little excessive. Yeah. Oh, I tried to highlight those parts. Oops. I'll do that after. I've already worked today. I'm already home from work. So I figured might as well get some painting. Good time to get some painting work done. And yeah, I'm excited to get these, as I said, I really want to get these guys on the table. Get them done, get her done, kind of thing. And get them on the table. I love seeing the painted Ravenwing. They look cool. Yeah, I'll keep them like that. Why not? Good. Reds are done. So maybe I'll do purity seals now. Yeah. So I'll get some Ushabti bone, do the purity seals. What else then? Fix up silvers. And then golds. And then, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to finish them today, but it'll be close. Actually, I'll probably get a lot of work done. This is good. So what next? Purity seals. Yeah, Ushabti bone. Holidays are coming up. Next week is Thanksgiving. So I got to clear out some room in my refrigerator because I am going to buy a turkey. I like cooking turkey. I like turkey. I'm good, and I do cook, I think, a pretty good turkey. May not be world class, but I think it's good. Quite good. So that'll be good. Thanksgiving, yep, coming up. So obviously I should think about what I'm thankful for. It's, it'll be good. And it'll be a good weekend. I think I'm going to get some time to spend with my homie Cody Rue and Mike. And that'll be really fun. So it'll be a good weekend. Yeah, that's all I can say. A lot of purity seals on this guy. A lot of purity seals. So I'll do 2 coats of Ushabti bone. I usually would go with Xandri dust, but I know I'm out of Xandri dust, and so is my local store. So I am not going to use Xandri dust today. This week's painting tutorial, in case you're curious and you want to go check out the warp, this week's painting tutorial in the warp is a... did I just combine the two? Nope. Is a Dark Angels Librarian and Terminator armor. Wherever he is. He's or dark. In the dark blue color scheme. So he turned out pretty cool. He's a lot of fun. So he's my new Dark Angels Librarian and Terminator armor. I've been using in some of my battle reports, you'll probably notice that I used an Imperial Fists one, and I proxied it as a Dark Angels, but no more. See, I try. Where are the purity seals? So there we go, there, 1, 2, 3, no, 4, 5. So that'll be good. He's now done, which adds even more points. To my Dark Angels. After I'm done, I'm gonna do a video update of all my Dark Angels. Once I'm done the next few months of painting with Jays, and have them all, done. It's gonna get to a point where all my Dark Angels are done. So that'll be nice, really nice to do. One done. This guy, I've only used him in a couple videos. I actually used him in a series of battle reports with Dave at Mini Wargaming years ago. I don't know if they were my first battle reports with them. I don't think so. But when I started doing Dark Angels, we were doing Dark Vengeance battle reports. And I had him painted up. This guy, he wasn't even done completely. He's never even completely painted. Now look at him. He'll be done for these. They'll all be at the same level. It'll be good. Makes me happy. Happy, happy, happy. Cooking with peanut oil. The summer-fall lineup of shows has started. The new shows. I haven't caught many of the new shows yet. The one show I did like was The Muppets. I like The Muppets. I think it's really funny and really brilliant. It's really good, smart humor sometimes, the way that they do it. And I like the fact that The Muppets is now doing like an office-style show, the interview style. I like that new show. I caught The Grinder, which is Rob Lowe's new show with Fred Savage. Wasn't bad. It's a comedy, which makes it good. It was pretty funny. There's a lot of shows out there that, there's more shows that I can ever count that are comedic, and it just combines somebody who has applicable skills to a job, but not even comedies, but there's tons of shows out there that it's like, I have applicable skills to your job, and I'm funny, and you're serious, but you don't do your job as well, and we work together, and it's like, all right, and that's the thing, it's not the most original, concept. There's a Castle, where he can solve mysteries because he writes about mysteries. Or Psych, right? He's a very good detective, but he's not actually a detective. Or, what other ones? There's a bunch. Even the Taxi Driver one. There's a new one called, Brooklyn Taxi? Where again, like, he has applicable skills, and, makes their job better. And they're different. They come from two different worlds. But, it's not bad. Rob Lowe's funny in it. Rob Lowe in comedic roles. I've always liked Rob Lowe when he's in comedic roles. He's good. He's funny. He even has those commercials like, "Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I'm this Rob Lowe." These years are just flying by, man. Flying by. We're in October now. It's October. Halloween. It's going to be like horror movies galore on TV. Horror. Horror is one of those words. You got to watch what you say when you say horror. Because if you mispronounce, it doesn't sound as good, It says something else. But yeah, horror. So maybe all the Saw movies will be on. Rumor has it they're making another Saw movie. Man, my ADD today. It's kind of fun. Look at Kitty. Kidding. But, horror movies, are going to be on TV. I'm not the biggest fan of horror movies. Some of them are really good. Most of them aren't. I'm not a big fan of, personally, I don't like horror. I don't like horror movies where the objective is to survive. I like horror movies where the objective is to win and kill the killer. I really liked Scream 1, for example, because in Scream 1, both killers... Oh, So by the way, spoiler alert in case you've never seen Scream. I met Nev Campbell once. That's a different story. But like in the Scream franchises, the killers are normal people with somehow superhuman strength. You know, like I gotta wonder how they're so stealthy and strong, but still they're human. Right? They're angry and they're crazy, but they're all killable. Like they can all die, and that I respect. I like that idea because I like that idea because it's scary, and it also makes it much more realistic. And to me, realism is scary. You know, movies like The Leprechaun aren't as scary to me because it's like, okay, wow, oh, scary leprechaun. That doesn't have any applicability to my life. It's just, you know, that shock humor where, oh no, something jumped out. It doesn't apply. And if it's, to me, realism is a scary, you know, if you can actually see yourself in a situation where, you know, like you, kind of like, you know, years ago, I'm an old fart, but years ago, the summer that Jaws was released had one of the lowest beach attendances of all time, right? Because that movie put the fear of sharks into people. That is scary to me. And that's the coolest definition of horror, because if you actually can impact your audience into like changing their lives because you scared them in an incident of realism, that to me is really, you know, that's powerful. That's powerful stuff. Versus like movies like, I don't know, Final Destination, right? You know, number one, no one ever survives those things, right? And it just becomes like, oh, how can death, in an insane way of, you know, some weird domino effect or butterfly effect, kill these teenagers? Watch the teenagers die in a very weird fashion. Film at 11. Like, that's it. To me, it doesn't make it interesting. And though death, the concept is scary, but the movies are pointless because it's them fighting a force that they can't beat. And if they're not fighting a force that they can beat, their goal is just to survive, and they're not going to because they can't beat it, right? They can get away temporarily, and then they die in the end in the last 10 seconds. You know, like those horror movies with Jason, he dies. You know, he is beaten. He's kind of immortal, but. Or like Freddy really can't be beaten, I guess. But I like the ones with realism where the killer can be beaten. A killer is a life form that has vulnerabilities and can be one. Like, that's the thing. Like, if, to me, yeah, that's what I like. Just my preference, but. Like the Saw movies, I thought they were, like, the concept of the first Saw movie, I really liked. Because it's scary, but it's real. It wasn't that unrealistic. And by that point, it wasn't really the torture porn, you know, that it eventually became. It was actually a really, like, it had a really good cast, had a lot of suspense, had Danny Glover, who thought he was too old for this stuff. It was really good. Mm-hmm. There's a new movie that I thought would be it looked like a good comedic horror movie called Cooties. It's about like kind of like zombie kids. It's this virus that only affects people who are prepubescent and turns them into like zombie savages. Thought that might be good. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know what my mic is picking up right now. I'm looking at the meter, but no, it doesn't look like it. There's a kid throwing a temper tantrum in the background. The guy who owns the motorcycle. His kids are always throwing temper tantrums, it seems. But there we go. Done. Yeah, this kid's throwing a temper tantrum. And to me, I don't have any kids. I don't have kids. I have, you know, a few dogs and stuff, but and a cat and some horses and stuff. But I don't have any kids. And to me, like, I think I want kids one day. I really do. But man, nothing makes you want kids more than seeing like a cute kid. But nothing makes you want kids less than seeing young kids in public. Because rarely are they behaving. It's always like kid throwing temper tantrum at grocery store, or, you know, kid throwing temper tantrum. Kid misbehaving. And I know kids misbehave. That's what they do. Kids misbehave, right? It's not like kids are supposed to be the picture of perfect health. And of course, when I was a kid, I misbehaved sometimes. I was actually a good kid, but that's a different story. But man, I'm like, oh man, whenever I'm in public and a kid's throwing a temper tantrum and crying and all that, like not crying babies. I'm not really that upset about crying babies or anything. But like a kid throwing a temper tantrum, and the parents aren't doing anything because they don't want to give in to the temper tantrum. I'm just like, dude, you're ruining it for everyone. I really am. And maybe I'm being unrealistic because I don't have kids and I've never been in this situation. Maybe. But I just don't, I don't know. I don't like it when people's, parenting strategies are ruining my, like it happened once where it was I think it was one of my anniversaries with my wife. Our dating anniversaries. When we went to a nice restaurant, or our favorite restaurant, it wasn't very, went to our favorite restaurant, kid throwing a temper tantrum. And they didn't do anything. And I'm like, come on. Like, we're trying to have a nice romantic meal, and as I said, crying babies is a different story because babies cry. And I understand that. Babies cry. Now, obviously, parents can do something to fix the crying in some cases. But it's a different situation, in my opinion. I don't, a crying baby, different story. Depending on the reason for crying, but different story than kids throwing temper tantrums. So that's my first question to you. Let's get your input. What is the most annoying thing that people do in public that bugs you? Let's say you're at a restaurant. What is the thing that just, bugs you that you can't stand other people doing? It could be being loud, being rude, insulting the waiting staff. What bugs you? Because I'm a pretty easygoing guy, but when I'm having I don't go out for many nice meals, and it just... Yeah. And I'm always at I do all the grocery shopping for my house. So I'm always the one at the grocery store watching the kids throw temper tantrums. And I don't know why, but it's the grocery store that seems to be like probably the chocolate bars or something. I don't know. Kids these days. But I just don't know. It's weird, And there's obviously great parents out there, and there's not so good parents out there. I personally am under the impression that not everyone should have kids. I know biologically everyone can have kids, but not everyone is meant to have kids. I really do believe that. Not everyone is a good mentality for being a parent. So, but that's just my strategy. One day I'll have kids, and then I'll find out what kind of parent I am. Knowing me, I'll probably be the easygoing one. But I would never let my kids throw temper tantrums in grocery stores, because that just bugs me. It ain't going to be me. What do I do next? Another shade of brown. Sorry for clapping if it was really loud in the camera. These guys are coming along. I am really happy with how they're going. So I'll do the leather pouches, and then gold, touch up silvers. I think they're coming along, buddy. Hey. That was my Don Cherry impression. Hey, buddy. How we go there? Look at them swing at that puck. I doubt Don Cherry's watching this video, and that's also a very bad Don Cherry impersonation. He's also one of Canada's greatest Canadians. Yeah. I'm in a better mindset this week, I found, other than my back being thrown out. Oh, it hurts. It like, I don't know, any of you guys have thrown out your back, you know what I'm talking, and girls obviously, but anybody who's thrown out their back knows what I'm feeling. Like, you get up wrongly, and then, you're in pain, and then it goes away temporarily, and then you get up again, and you got up the wrong way. You sleep wrong, and that's kind of been the week. But other than that, I find myself in I hope this week I'm in a better mindset. I'm hopefully coming off like as more positive. I'm adapting, and what I've done is I was burning myself out, making my videos, working so much, doing my commissions. I've stopped doing new commissions. I'm finishing up. I just finished putting the final touches on. Well, I have a couple more models left, but they're pretty much done anyway. But my models, I'm pretty much finishing up my commissions. The goal is to lower my amount of work. I'm spreading myself too thin. So obviously, unfortunately, as I kind of mentioned, my free content is where it's getting cut in some ways, yes. You are going to get your content eventually. You're still going to get battle reports, just not as frequent. And you're still going to get, you know, painting with J's. Miniature painting 101's a given. That one's going to continue regardless. And then How to Play 40K is the one I'm hopefully going to raise funds for. I just noticed a new pouch that I didn't paint on that guy. So it's just, I had to lower it for a while. Doing 10 videos a week while working another job and doing commissions is impossible. And it was possible, but it was burning me out. And I couldn't. The problem is, I was trying, and the more I tried and I failed, it got really frustrating to me. It really is, because I don't want to produce less content for you all. I would love to produce 2 videos a day if I could for you all. You know, I would love to. That'd be great. Oh, there's another one. Oops, missed another pouch. So, but I can't do it. I just can't. Not right now, not today. Maybe eventually, yeah. But I can't right now. I can't. So, once I kind of hit that into my own head, I said, Jay, you can't keep doing this. You can't. You're burning yourself out. You're making yourself sad. Because not only was I not getting the videos all out, I was feeling bad about it. And I was feeling like, oh my goodness, I let my viewers down and all that crap. I said crap again. I'm sorry, people. I'm just in a mood. I keep saying crap. But I got a Twitter link. I don't know. Someone's tweeting me. And I've had to change my mindset. You know what? This week you're going to get some videos. I should have a Q&J up tomorrow, hopefully. So. But yeah, I can't keep thinking that I can do this again. I'm not superhuman. I don't have an unlimited amount of time. You know, I want to relax a little bit. So, I will. The free content will always come. It just won't be as frequent and may not be as on time. But I promise you, I'm going to keep working hard. And it feels good thinking about this, at least for the short term. This is not a forever thing. I would love to only make videos for my life, but it's not happening right now. Through the Warp, and through Patreon, and through the increasing popularity of my free videos, it will happen. I know it will someday, but someday is not today. So, and that makes me happy. I'm happy knowing that I've accepted and I'm working towards it, but I don't have to burn myself out, and that feels good. So I'm happier this week. And then I threw my back out, but that's okay. It happens. You know, you get old, you throw stuff out. That's what you do. Obviously, by looking at me, you know how I'm the epitome of athleticism and health. And I just dropped my models. I'm talking about this. And hand-eye coordination. I do play a couple sports. Like, I used to play baseball a bit. And just some softball leagues and stuff, but maybe one day again. So right now I'm just using my favorite color for browns, Morning Paint Brown, on the leather pouches. Done. I'll let those dry for a second, and while those are drying, I will then apply a wrinkle and flesh shade to them to give them a leathery appearance. Where's my wrinkle and flesh shade? Just give me a second to find it. That's Sarah from Sepia. You look like wrinkle and flesh shade, and you are. Good job, Jay. Look at them. These guys are coming along. The golds will be nice. I don't have that much gold left to do either. Most of the some gold, yeah. What should I do now? Silvers? Yeah, I'll touch up the silvers now, and then do the golds. Yeah. Touch up silvers, do golds. Gold will be a lot of the color. And how long do I have left? 10 minutes. The best part about this is I realized this after I started this video, that I don't actually I have enough footage for like this video. And then after that I have to dump the footage off my camera. So I can't actually go that much longer than the hour mark. Yeah, I'll do silvers now. I'll touch up the silvers with lead belcher. And then give the pouches a rake and flesh aid, because they're just drying right now, and then it'll all be good. I'm almost done these guys. Oops. Oh, good. And I just fixed an error by accident. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Simpsons have started again. I gotta watch the new I taped the new Simpsons episode. I do find myself, I don't really watch a lot of live TV anymore. I do a lot of taping because I work a lot, and, you know. So what I do is I tend, and plus it's always nice to not TiVo, whatever it's called, whatever the things are called, DVR. I like to DVR shows because then you get to skip commercials. If you want to skip commercials. I do like commercials. I love commercials. Except right now, all the commercials in our area are what's it called? Election commercials. Election commercials aren't as good as normal commercials. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Election commercials are not as good. And yeah, big election's coming up soon. And basically, I'm not a big, obviously you know me, I'm not big into politics or something, but here's what's in Canada. Canada is really different from the States, for those who don't know. Obviously we're different from the States, but in Canada we have 5 parties. And really 3 matter. 3 matter outside of Quebec. In Quebec, 4 matter. Because Quebec has its own Quebec party called the Bloc Québécois. Or the Parti Québécois, depending on what you know. But they don't matter anywhere else in Canada. Really, they don't. I don't mean to pick on the Quebecers, but the thing is, they don't have any seats. In Peterborough, there is no Bloc Québécois representative, so they don't apply to us. They do matter in Canada. What I'm saying is, and they matter in Quebec, but the party itself has no bearing outside of Quebec, other than what happens in Quebec, because they're a Quebec party. And so in Ontario, there's pretty much 4 parties that we can vote for, called Conservatives, who've been in charge for about 10 years. There's the Liberals, who have always basically been in charge, it's always bounced between the Conservatives and the Liberals, basically. But just to put things into perspective, our Conservatives, who are our most right-wing party, or right-wing party, right-wing, our most conservative party, I think it's right-wing. They are more they're more liberal than any party in the States, right? Like they're not anything close to the Republicans of the States. But they're our most right-wing party, you know? And they're cool. And then there's the Liberals, which are cool, and then the NDP, who are our most left-wing party. Liberals are in the middle, being led by the son of our most famous Prime Minister of all time, right? The only problem, though, is right now, based on the current state of Canada, each party, the 3 parties that are in Canada, that are in the rest of Canada besides Quebec, the 3 parties, NDP, Liberal, and Conservative, they all have about exactly, and I'm saying almost exactly, a third of the population vote outside of Quebec. A third. So, and guess what happens in Canada? Obviously, whoever has the most seats and vote, not the most votes, it's whoever wins the most seats, right? Because it's a seat system, wins and becomes the Prime Minister. But as I just mentioned, every party has roughly a third of the votes. It's perfectly split in Canada right now. So, no matter who wins, right, the NDP, the Liberals, or the Conservatives, obviously the Bloc is never going to win because they don't represent anybody but Quebec. And there's also another party called the Green Party, and they're just kind of, I hate to say it, but if you want to throw away your vote, you vote for the Green Party. They're the environmental party, but still. So the problem is they're going to have a minority government, and that happens in Canada because there's so many parties. You can have a system where somebody is in charge because they represented the largest portion of the population, but they have a solid minority. So that's what's going to happen. Probably the winner is going to be representing a third of the population for the votes, but then 2/3 of the House is going to be other people. And so what is going to happen is nothing's going to get done for the next so many years until eventually the other parties decide to just throw a vote of no confidence and eliminate whoever's in charge. Right? So nothing's going to happen, unfortunately, for the next like 4 years. And so that kind of bugs me because these elections are really expensive and they cost a lot of money, right? And a lot of it comes out of taxpayer money and stuff. Obviously, some of it's private and stuff like that. But the amount of taxpayer money that it takes to have an election that ultimately results in nothing getting done is annoying. It really is to me. It's annoying. I don't appreciate it at all because if something is going to change or something's going to improve, awesome. But if we're having an election just to have an election and nothing gets done as a result of it, that sucks. You know. So that's probably going to happen. So ultimately, in Canada, people are going to spend a lot of money to have an election, and nothing will happen as a result of it because it will be an utterly minority government. And if that happens, it happens. That's what kind of annoys me with politics, right? I don't really get into much politics, and I'm not saying who I'm voting for or anybody. Obviously, I have friends like Patrick, who lives in Quebec, so the Bloc Québécois applies to him. It just doesn't apply to me because the Bloc Québécois doesn't exist in Ontario. Right? They exist, but they don't represent Ontario. They represent Quebec. Hence the Bloc Québécois. So, I don't know. Those are my thoughts. It's silly. But of course in the States, I've already seen, they're already having, so many things. They're a year and a half away and they're already having, debates and all that stuff. So it's crazy how long I could imagine living in the States and seeing these debates go on for ever, right? 2 years practically before the election, you're seeing candidates, and think of all the money that gets wasted then. Cool. Done. Everything's coming up Millhouse. They're looking good. What should I do now? Let's do a Rickland Flesh Shade and then probably call it here because we're at 56 minutes. But I'm going to finish these guys up after this time is done because I'm so kicking butt right now. I feel good. This is, when you get close to getting done and you just want to finish it because you're like, yeah, I'm so close. I got to finish it. So I will. These guys are looking good. I got a couple colors left. Gold is the big one. A lot of the remaining color will be gold. And stay there. So. So it's been an interesting week. And I'm excited to see what the upcoming weeks happen. Next week's all going to be Thanksgiving. I said it's cool. I'm not going to see my family. I'm just going to spend it in Peterborough because I work weekends mostly, and I like to cook my own turkey and stuff. I think we invited my in-laws, but I don't think they're going to be able to come this year. It's a bit of a long drive for them. It's 4 hours each way, and they don't like to drive too much, so I understand that. And we just don't have the time to drive. My wife works the weekend too, so. But it's going to be good. I'm excited for that. It's good. I'm excited to see Cody Rue and Mike. Yeah. I gotta go rake some leaves soon. Last year I put out 38 bags or something like that. 30-something bags. I think it was 38 bags of leaf bags that were mulched. And this year I'm definitely going to top that. I'm already at 7 or 8, and it's not even autumn yet. It's going to be a lot of leaves. Good. Look at that. Rickland Flesh Shade. Done. So guys and girls, I hope you got as much done today as I did. Look at this. These, they're looking good. They're not done yet, obviously. They still have the golds. And golds are going to be a lot of the symbols, as you can see, but they're almost done. The golds will take care of a good amount, and then I'm going to touch up the whites and clean up the blacks, and then base them. And for basing, I'm just going to use gray sand because that keeps it consistent, like as you can see right there, gray sand keeps it consistent with my other Dark Angels. But these guys will definitely be done for next week, and I'll start on the next 5. Yeah, I'm going to start them before then probably if I have a little time. But yeah, I can't wait. Good stuff. So let's end now. So that concludes another Painting with Jay. I really hope you enjoyed this Painting with Jay. So my big question to you is, what do people do around you in public that really annoys you? What's your pet peeve? I'm curious about that. What is your pet peeve in public? I really hope you enjoyed this. Got some work done. I had a good hour of painting. And you're reading your world of unpainted models. Yeah. I hope I sound more happy this week. I'm slowly getting back on the positive train, which is awesome. So thank you as always for painting with me. Until next time, this is Jay saying happy painting with me.